I'm trying to get this video out and I keep going off course because there's just so much information. So stop buying wrinkle creams, really expensive wrinkle creams. They're full of chemicals, usually. I don't know any expensive brand that's not full of chemicals. I do, actually, and they don't work, or they're not helpful. You know, the only thing you could do with wrinkles on the outside is use some kind of hyaluronic acid or some kind of cream if you're dry. But the, you know, you can get really inexpensive, less chemically filled products, like from the Honest Company. I am not paid by anyone to do anything, so I'm just telling you this is my experience. The Honest Company has some really good hydrating products for before you put your makeup on, especially, or, you know, men can use it, obviously. But wrinkles and gray hair, I have to tell you, are mineral deficiencies. And yeah, so if you have vertical lines in front of your ears, that's a silica deficiency. If you have severe crow's feet, that is a calcium fluoride deficiency. There are 12 main minerals that we need for our bodies, and we need to convert our food that we eat into those minerals. And so we have to eat a varied diet, but we have to have a stomach that is able to break down the food in such a way, like a type of furnace, that will give your cells, our cells, the minerals that they need. But the problem is, the longer you're alive, the more poisons you're exposed to, right? Pharmaceuticals, for one, like anything that'll mess up your stomach, anything that'll mess up the balance of your thyroid and your endocrine system. And your body is your temple, so don't put poisons in it. I don't care if people say that they've smoked, you know, and they live to be 100 or whatever. You know, you can usually see the wrinkles on a person who's smoking actively. It's not good for you, right? We know this at this point. So I'm just going to pull over because there's more that I want to tell you. So silica, calc fluor, I have to look it up. I don't remember the gray hair. I'm pretty sure it's ferrum phos, which is iron. I know that when I got really sick I didn't have any wrinkles until like 5 years ago when I got really sick and I was completely mineral deficient. I'm still working on that. I'm finally off the one pharmaceutical that was really dragging me down. It was really hard. It's been 6 weeks now. And I also got exposed to lead and antimony. That's also something that you get exposed to when you shoot guns. And then also uranium. Yeah, so like if you live in a state or it doesn't have to be America, if you live somewhere where there are lots of rocks in the ground that are, you know, they make radon naturally, and then we put dwellings on top, and then depending on how your dwelling is structured, how your windows are, your doors, whether or not you redo your home, you always have to do radon checks to see whether or not you're being poisoned, especially if you live in the basement somewhere or on the ground floor. So the whole thing is mineral deficiencies, and you know, old age is a cop-out. It's not about old age. I'm really old. It's not about old age. It's about having been around longer to be exposed to more poisons, like our drinking water. You know, I don't want to get into all of this because then it makes the video longer, but our drinking water has certain things in it, like fluoride and chloride, and that throws off the thyroid and the endocrine system. And God lives inside of you. You are the temple. You are made in the image and likeness of your, however you want to describe your higher power. It's totally up to you. This energy, this light, the ultimate light. I mean, when we are balanced, and you know, get out there in the sun. I never use sunblock. I haven't used sunblock in like the last 40 years. I think I stopped when I was 20. Don't do the math. So, yeah. So stop anything you can that's messing up your stomach, because your stomach can't operate like the furnace that it is and make the minerals that your body needs. So you know, and then you'll have joint pain, and then you'll have so many problems when the minerals are not balanced. I mean, everything, all modern chronic illness derives from that. And when your thyroid is off, everything is off, because your thyroid works like something like 35 million cells in your body. It's just amazing. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for now, I think, about that. Oh yeah, so the minerals, you can try to eat them, but if you're not converting your food properly, I highly recommend, what do I recommend? Cell salts. Yeah, by Hyland, Hyland, Hyland's 'S, or any other reputable cell salt company. It's not like, I'm not paid by them. It's not supplements. They're pretty inexpensive, and they melt under your tongue, or you can put them in water so that you can use less of them throughout the day. So it really can be cost effective for people that don't have money. So that's why I want to get this word out, and I want to help people, because not only will it fix your wrinkles, which is superficial, and you're hot as fuck anyway, no matter what, right? Because that's just the truth. But if you have a deficiency in like silica or calc fluor or ferrum phos, then there are probably 50 other problems that you're having because of that. And that leads to more acute illnesses and then chronic illnesses. So it's a whole mess. Anyway, I'm here to help. Let's do this. Year of the horse, fire horse. Let's set this year on fire. Get really healthy. Get really balanced. It's not normal to have depression, anxiety, fear, anger. It's not. We've normalized it because we've made huge money on it, and different industries like the psych industry that is not helping anyone. Thank you very much. You know, am I wrong to generalize in such a big way? I don't think so. I don't think so, because if they're not concentrating on this, and dentistry, and the regular medical community, and pharmaceuticals for sure, like, why aren't we concentrating on this? And histamines, really important. We all see how allergies have gotten worse and worse through the years. Why? I want to know why. I do know why, and I want to talk about it. I'm so glad you're listening. Comment whether or not you're a Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, because if you have the lines in front of your ears, you have a propensity for this. If you're Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, if you have severe crow's feet, it could be you could be Cancer, Gemini, or Taurus. And then there are also lists for all of the deficiencies, really, those who have a propensity more than others. Which gives you a propensity for some chronic illnesses more than others, which is really interesting. So it's complex, but it's not really. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It's not that complex. I'd like to get together like a group of biochemists and biochemist lab workers, medical people, and work all this stuff out and make it as accessible as possible, as inexpensive and accessible and simple for everyone to be able to use it, so they can all reach their highest potential, because that's what we're here for. That is really the original sin, is thinking that we're not made in the image and likeness of our God, and thinking that this is not the temple, and thinking that you're a sinner in some way, and that the Bible is telling you that you're a sinner. That's not it at all. The Bible is a parable to the way your body works. It's instruction on biochemistry. But a lot of people who make a lot of money and who hold a lot of power don't want you to know that, because they don't want you stepping into your own power. But I want you stepping into your own power, because we all can hold the light. And I'm going to give you hope and faith and trust, because the higher power that lives inside of you wants to come out and shine. So let's do this. Let's set this horse on fire. Well, we're not going to set horses on fire. We'll set this year on fire and run like a horse, right? Toward balance and health and the great I am that we all can be. Take care.